We're at the South Campus for another edition of Student Stories. We're going to talk to Alejandro Lozano. How are you, Alejandro?
Very good. I'm doing very good. How are you?
Do they call you Alejandro, or do you have a nickname?
I go by Alex.
Alex.
Yes.
Alex. Well, nice to meet you. Thanks for your time. You're here at the South Campus, so obviously the way you're dressed, you're a nursing student, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What is your goal with nursing?
Like my end goal?
Yeah.
So I want to finish. I want to obviously get my license. I want to, when I finish, I want to start working in a psych ward, hopefully in San Antonio.
Okay.
I want to start working in the San Antonio State Hospital. So those are kind of, I really am interested in psych.
That's a very specific goal. What led to you wanting to work in the psychiatry field?
Right now I work in a psychiatric unit. So I think there is kind of where I can shine. I feel like that's kind of where I'm supposed to be. So being here just makes me want to go even more into psych nursing.
Now you're working on your LVN. How long have you been at Laredo College?
I've been in Laredo College for some time. So prior to me starting the nursing program, I of course was doing my prerequisites, and that took a lot as well. And then after that, I took my entrance exam, and then I landed a spot in the nursing program.
Now, as far as the psych is concerned, the psych field, that came about just through experience, or you had an idea that it's something you wanted to do?
Well, it wasn't something that I planned on doing.
Okay.
I've been a CNA for quite some time. I at first didn't want to be a CNA.
What's a CNA?
Certified nurse's assistant.
Okay.
So I landed that job by accident. I thought I was going to be working in the kitchen in a nursing home. That didn't happen.
Okay.
I ended up working as a CNA. I don't know what happened with my interview, but I just went with it. So it was like an accident waiting to happen. I fell in love with working as a CNA, and that kind of like set my path into wanting to become a nurse.
Sure.
And I knew like right then and there that I had to leave the nursing home and find something a little bit not as stressful. So that's where I landed my job in psych, and that's where I was because where I work, it's more or less a calm environment. So I was like, this will be perfect for me to be able to work and study. So that's what I've been doing, and I fell in love with where I'm at, and I want to continue working. Maybe not there, but somewhere else.
Sure.
In psych, but that's kind of how I fell into where I am right now.
So how much longer until you finish here at Laredo College?
Well, I'm already in my third semester.
Okay.
So this is one of the hardest semesters.
Okay.
So it's this semester and then the summer, and then I'm done.
And your goal is to go to San Antonio?
Yes.
Okay. Talk about Alex as a younger child. Where'd you go to school and all that good stuff?
I went to Charmin Elementary. I went to Charmin Middle School. I went to high school.
Went to United, you said?
I went to United, yes. I wasn't always, like I said, I wasn't always interested in being a nurse. It's just something that came out of nowhere, but like as soon as I figured it out, like I just put all of my energy and like 100% into it.
Not everybody knows what they want to do. Some people do, some people don't. You came about it through experience and through what you've done.
Yes.
So that's great. What kind of student were you? Were you a good student? No?
I wasn't a good student. I was very absent. I wasn't the best at grades. I wasn't very social. So it's very, like even my family says it's very interesting seeing how passionate and how involved I am in wanting to become a nurse and putting all of my effort in my study, because that's not how I was as a child with my studies.
Well, now it matters, and so you're doing good. So that's good. How is your experience of Laredo College?
It's been rewarding. I feel very motivated coming here every day. I think just it's worth it. Like I think coming here, sitting down for long periods of times, going to the clinicals, I've learned so much. Like being here, I've met so many different people. I've met so many friends. My professors are just excellent. Like it's been a really positive experience.
Specifically the nursing program, you would say that it's been a good experience.
Yes. Prior to me being in the nursing program, when I was doing my prerequisites, I really wasn't involved with like other students or the professors, because like I knew at some point I was going to be going into the nursing program. But I feel right now with where I'm at, especially with my other students, we're all kind of struggling together. So that's kind of bonded us a little bit more. So it's nice.
When you were younger, did you have the intention of being something else, or not really?
I thought I was going to be going somewhere more towards the arts because I like drawing. I like being. I'm very creative. So that's where I thought I was gonna be going.
Yeah.
But like I said, like it was like a whole 360 where I'm at right now.
Okay. Well, at least you've got something set in stone now, and you really have a goal in mind, and that's good, Alex. Talk about your family. Have they been supportive of your journey?
Yes, my mom is very proud of me. My brothers as well. She know I don't live with her now. I live by myself, but she misses me so much, especially now since I don't get to see her as much anymore.
Sure.
She reaches out whenever she can. She's very supportive. She always asks how I'm doing. She's very, very proud of me.
Is she okay with you moving to San Antonio?
Yeah, she's very okay with it.
Any role models that you can think of? Anybody who inspired you?
My mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a single mom. So, like, just seeing her, like, work hard and having goals and being independent and having no one else to lean on but herself is who I wanted to be as an adult. I don't want anyone to rely on. Like, this is why I want to be in the nursing program. I want to be a nurse because I don't want to rely on other people, but instead I want other people to rely on me because that's where my heart is. I love helping other people. That's just where how I've always been. So I get that from my mom.
What's been your hardest class since you've been here?
Pediatrics.
Pediatrics.
I've always encountered geriatrics, so like older adults. I thought my hardest subject was going to be maternity, but it ended up being a lot easier for me. But pediatrics was horrible.
Okay. Specifically, what about it was horrible?
So many milestones. So many. Children just put themselves in so much danger. There's so many things that can go wrong with them. All these signs and symptoms we need to look out for, especially educating the parents on what they should and should not be doing. So it's kind of like you're working with two patients.
Yeah.
Because you're working with or three if it's both parents. So you're working with parents and then you're working with child.
Yeah. Psychiatry requires a lot of compassion, a lot of understanding, that they're going through something difficult. How do you feel you're going to do with that?
Well, in my experience where I am at right now, I thought it was going to be more scary. I thought that it was going to be a lot of like anger, a lot of violence, a lot of people, but it's actually a lot of people in their most vulnerable state. So I think just being there and talking with them, and I love talking. So I think that will really help them. I think just sitting down and being empathetic and hearing them out is really all people need, especially in that field, because a little can go up so much because the psych population is in such a dire need. Like, we're talking homeless, we're talking people who've experienced traumas, we're talking people who have been abused, people going through like the hardest times in their life. So I think just me being I like to think of myself as someone very positive. So I think just them seeing someone positive is just something that can help them even just a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Have you always liked to talk, or did that come
yes.
about later on?
I've always liked talking. I've always been just
Were you the kid that got in trouble at school for talking too much?
Yeah.
Okay. I know you're really busy when you're not working or not studying. What do you like to do?
Wow.
Do you have time to do anything?
No. I am 24/7 here, or 24/7 at my work.
Yeah.
But in the times, and not a lot of times that I have to myself, I think I really like sleeping, and
Okay.
I really like
That's fair.
I really like going out to eat. I like spending time with my partner and my family. It's not a lot that I get to do that. Probably the last time I got to see my family was on spring break, and that was last week. And before that, it was probably Christmas. So it's very
It's a demanding field for sure.
Yes.
You got to dedicate yourself to it fully. Where do you like to eat? Do you have any place in particular? Nothing. Just
no.
nothing particular.
I'm very big on fast food. I love fast food.
Yeah. What about movies? Do you like to watch any movies? Do you have a favorite
Yes, right now I'm watching The Pit. It's not a movie, but
series?
it's a series.
The Pit.
Okay. I really like medical shows
Oh, okay. Where do you see it?
on HBO.
I may have to look that up. as far as music, any artists that you like to listen to?
I really like Lady Gaga, Ariana Grande, Melanie Martinez, just a lot of pop music.
Yeah. I know you're busy, and you said you really don't have a lot of time for much. Before you got busy, like with nursing, did you have any particular hobbies other than sleeping? Because I know now sleeping is a hobby. Catching up on sleep.
I really liked drawing.
Yeah.
I really liked drawing. I spent so much of my time, like especially being creative with my patients at work. I would bring art supplies from my own house and bring it to my work, and I would have like art sessions with my patients, and that's something that I really enjoy doing because I love being creative.
Yeah.
And then especially being creative with other people, like collabing, it's a really big passion of mine, which I find almost therapeutic. So
Yeah, and maybe you'll be able to incorporate that again sometime later in your career.
yes,
Sounds good. Alex, congratulations. Continue the good work. Good luck to you, and thank you for your time.
thank you so much.